Hello, everyone, and welcome to another day of Triforce Blitz. I am here with Tobias for another Sponge versus Blueseangfh2 match. Tobias, how you feeling?
Can't complain, can't complain. How about you?
I'm feeling great. I'm so excited that we were able to pull this restream together. The match yesterday was tense.
Yeah, a it was both runners definitely doing definitely making some mistakes, but overall really great execution on and really interesting plays on both sides. So, oh yeah, wrong sheet. Fixing that. But yeah,
Oh, I
so
knew I
what we're
would
looking
forget
at,
something.
yeah. Yeah, so Sponge took the first race after Blueseangfh2 definitely was ahead by a country mile on
Yeah.
after piece number 2. As in just Blueseangfh2 found that second piece much earlier than Sponge did. But in the end, it's the final piece that they collect that counts, and if that's piece number 3 on Sponge's side, well, that's how the race goes. Um, both of them very experienced runners. Blueseangfh2 pretty focused on Triforce Blitz in the last few months. Sponge, I mean, around the community forever. Former Speed Gaming Live champion. Definitely a force to be reckoned with in any game mode that he chooses to compete in. And so don't be fooled by the relatively low number of races that Sponge has recorded on race time. The man has practiced a bunch, even though most of it was not shown on race time recorded races. For those particular stats, I coded it such that it is only Triforce Blitz races that show up in these statistics. So yeah, Sponge might not have done a bunch of recorded Triforce Blitz races, but the man has practice and the man has experience with a bunch of game modes in OoTR just in general. So
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome race between these two runners today. Both are incredibly talented. And as the race showed yesterday, even with Blueseangfh2 being seated lower than Sponge, like Blueseangfh2 has some great execution and great logic following. I was so impressed yesterday until that one fatal mistake of going back into Forest Temple. But I was really impressed with how Blueseangfh2 was following the logic for that match.
yep, that was definitely something. Both of them have. I mean, I think Sponge has a slight execution advantage in general, just because of experience and of having run OOTR longer. But Sean certainly no slouch in the logic department. Pretty evenly matched. And we are looking at a light medallion start. Boo! That gives us nothing extra. And
We hate
Epona, though.
it. We hate a light medallion star, but as Chaz pointed out, having Eponas means we don't need to do any weird logic noodling for GTG access.
Yes,
So,
that is true. So,
we don't have to figure out if horse locks are hook shots today.
by the way, if you don't want my name to just show up as T dot dot dot, you're gonna have to exit streamer mode in Discord.
Done.
It's to do with the new usernames. Hi! I'm now more than T dot dot dot. And now you
have
mute all
unveiled
notification
your
sounds so
face.
we don't hear Discord sounds.
Oh, Jesus, this is so many things. I have to do so many
Watch
things now.
as I drive our restreamer to madness.
Oh God, where the fuck are
Anyway,
notifications? There they are.
get him started first of all.
Well,
Let's get him
I'm
going.
still waiting for one of them to ready up.
That's fair.
So, yeah, we're just waiting for Sponge to ready on up. Sponge did mention that it is currently hurricane level rain where he is at right now. He is locally recording, but if we get a little bit of glitchiness on Sponge's side, that's why.
I mean that, and that he's basically capturing his Wii output on really specific hardware to make it all work. So that's also a bit prone to errors, but we'll see.
Yep, our runners are just about to get set off, though. We have that beautiful timer. I cannot stop talking about how much I love that timer.
All right, and here we go. The timer's running. We are off.
Blueshawn not even looking at the pedestal. Neither is Sponge. They're like, we want our hints and we want them now.
So let's see what's our path count gonna be. What's that prediction gonna pay out for? 6, 4, and 0. That's a 10 in total. And bottom of the well is Path to Wisdom. Oh dear, we have a 0 piece.
So whenever you're faced with a 0 piece, do you try to go for it or just sort of hope that you stumble on it along the way?
I think you hope to stumble along the way. 0 steps is Ganon's castle a surprising amount of times, just because it is so easy to get there with many different paths open to you to obtain that one dungeon reward that you need to get into Ganon's castle. So Blueshawn is doing something here that I have seen him do in the first race as well, and I'm going to make the comment that that's not quite optimal. He is farming the entire 80 rupees to buy a shield in Kakariko right here in the guardhouse. There are 40 rupees on the way in Kakariko, 20 in the crate here right next to Rufio, and another... Are we sure we're not playing the same seed as yesterday?
Oh, huh. Hyrule
Yes, we are, is
Foolish?
the answer. Hyrule feel foolish. Yes, we are is the answer, because we have definitely different path counts. But yeah, there are 40 rupees along the way. There's 20 here, and there's 20 in a pot with Dante, so you can save a little bit of time if you just skip farming those 40 rupees in the guardhouse. Not game breaking for sure, and I mean Blueshawn made it out of groups, and I didn't, so I'm not one to talk, but a micro optimization that he could do. Anyway, here's Zelda's Lullaby in the windmills, so that opens up a bunch of things. Also gets us another song right here in the graveyard.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what song is in the graveyard today. With these path counts, we are going to see all 3 of these pieces on stream, and probably going to see all 3 pieces on stream before the end of the 2 hours. Unless that 6 is really gross.
And we see 20 skulls is dead. Recovery hard.
Deadity dead.
But good point in chat here by Toffile. Blueshawn did skip Dante yesterday, so if he does that again, that makes kind of sense why he would farm some extra rupees here.
Yeah, and it wound up working out yesterday because Graveyard didn't have anything, if I remember correctly, yesterday.
No, and Dante had a bomb bag yesterday.
Right, Dante had our first bomb bag. I wonder if Blueshawn will have that in mind for this race today. I don't know how committed he is to skipping Graveyard. Apparently not very.
We shall see. I mean, with ZL, Graveyard becomes a much juicier target. It gives you another song, which can either set off a song chain, or it can give you some extra checks to access. So definitely worth it to just do the damn area. It's check dense enough now.
Yeah, and also with that ZL, they can basically get everything in the graveyard except for the Sunsong Grave.
Sponge looks to be on a blistering fast pace on the Dante race. I would say 48?
I'd say 49.
Unless Dante gets a good snipe in here. We might both be wrong, and it might be 47. Yeah, groundbreaking. The salty sponge going fast. And we
It
are
is
both wrong. It's
47.
47 seconds. Good job predicting that mathematic.
Hovers.
Hovers. Yeah, you definitely want those. If it's not path, it's definitely convenient. It's not bombs, but it's also not chopped liver, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think I was talking yesterday about how nice a utility item the hover boots really are. So making up a little bit of time with that is nice, especially since both runners will have it. It kind of evens out for them both.
Yep, just gives you access to cross a bunch of chasms. It also acts as access to yet another song. It gives you access to the Bolero song check in Death Mountain Crater. So let's see what that gets us. But first of all, Sponge is going to show us what's in the Composer's Grave for a song check. Hovers also makes this a bunch easier. Just backwalk.
Meanwhile, Blue Sean, songs are very difficult.
Songs are hard. And that's Song of Time.
Huh.
Definitely worthwhile going down here. GTG right side intensifies. We started with Epona and now have Song of Time.
Yeah, I am interested on where Storms is hiding for this 4 count. Could...
And we get a medallion check from Sponge. Forest, Shadow Spirit,
I saw Shadow and Deku.
DC Deku. Forest, Shadow, free Forest, Shadow, Spirit, DC Deku.
Which gives
is
us
our
fire,
medallions.
Jabu, and water for our stones. Which is the worst
I do not like that.
spread of stone dungeons ever.
So yeah, I think we can be happy that OOT is probably not a thing in this seed.
I think that's literally too many items for any of these Doritos.
We also have well on the path to wisdom, so one of them has to be storms. It could also be ZL or bombs for another step. So,
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say ZL will be on the path if something's in the bottom of the well. I feel like that's a safe bet.
We'll see, but first of all, let's see how Sponge does on Child Shooting Gallery. Obviously, no problem. Grabs a heart piece for his troubles. And he is out of here. Not interested in the Hyrule Castle one hand. Straight to Lon Ranch for more songs.
That's
Meanwhile, Blue Sean...
interesting choice from Sponge.
Meanwhile, Blue Sean... Oh, he might be farming rupees too. But meanwhile, Blue Sean is going up river, grabbing more hints that way. I like the play here, honestly. Going Child immediately with 3 hints, easily accessible, to be honest, is a play to make. But with all the songs that are currently available to the runners, I can see why Sponge might want to prioritize those.
Yeah,
we have the Bolero song check available. We have the Child songs available.
I just feel like the information, especially whenever you're dealing with short path counts like these, at least get the information in Zora's River before you start hard rushing your songs.
Well, we on Restream don't care. We're getting the information, so let's see what it is.
Hyrule Field is still
Hyrule Field is still foolish. Jinx.
OT Serenade.
OT is... Okay.
Well, we had already sort of presumed that we wouldn't need to get that, luckily, so that checks out. But so far, these hints are not useful. These are not useful hints.
Don't give us any more information about where the seed expects us to go. Plank of wood in Upper River Heart piece. And Death Mountain Crater on the path to wisdom. Now you're obviously prioritizing the crater song, I would presume.
Yeah, now you go get whatever that song is. And also, you want to start keeping a close eye out on where your hooks show up, because that will give you some information on whether or not you hard need those hovers to get it.
Yeah. Obviously, we need explosives to get into crater at this point, so not an immediate concern for Sean. Meanwhile, Sponge has picked up Prelude from Malon, and is now safe warping to Kokiri Forest to check those easily accessible Sphere Zero checks, as well as grab the song from Sacred Forest Meadow.
Shannock, Link the Gorm with Strength is indeed in Logic.
Is he?
Yes.
That'd be news to me.
It's annoying
Okay.
as hell, but it is. Ask
Well,
me how I
dang.
found out. Blueseangfh2 is going to get the Hyrule Castle 1 hint.
Alright, let's see what that is.
Dodongo's Cavern.
DC to power. Well, now you really want explosives, or at least a hammer. Blueseangfh2 still feeling that lack of information, is going for Hyrule Castle 2. Burning some daylight that way, though. I think he might not have enough time to do this and make it to London Ranch in time. We'll see.
Yeah, might just be thinking about going Child Cack, might be heading straight to Kokiri Forest.
OGC Foolish. Thanks, game!
Cool. Oh, big boys!
Big boys. Bunch of big boys. Bombchus?
Bow.
Bow.
A scale.
Okay, so bow definitely helpful. A scale, well, it makes pathing easier. You can make it to Zora's Domain now without ZL. Well, we have ZL though. You can also make it to Lake Hylia easier. So I'm interested to see if that's an option Sponge will pull now. Because with Serenade on OOT, that makes this a quick path to Lake Hylia. DC is still on the path to power.
Yeah, with those Bombchus, I wonder if Sponge decides to go into DC with them. But Sponge doesn't have that path DC hint.
He has. It is in Kokiri Forest as well. Bomback to Megaton Hammer. Okay, so you want the Bombacks first. That's good information for Sponge.
And that tells us all of our bomb bags are bomb bag locked.
Oh yeah.
And our hammer is bomb bag locked. I bet that's what's in DC.
So much fun. So there's exactly one accessible bomb bag in the game. That's
Would that also mean that our bombs hide all of our strengths if Megaton is in DC, depending on where it is?
Yes, depending on where it is. Unless it's on End of Bridge Chest or on King Dodongo.
That's hilarious.
That sucks.
So Blueseangfh was able to make it out here to Lon Lon in time. That's nice.
That's true. If Bomback is in DC, though, in Dodongo's Cavern, you could also have a single strength accessible somewhere in the world, or one of many strengths accessible somewhere in the world, for a Bomback in early DC, for a hammer in late DC. Fun!
Oh, God.
Or for a hammer in early Fire Temple, for that matter, because there are a few bomb lock checks in Fire Temple.
Yeah.
And then you use the hammer to kill Volvagia for your first dungeon.
Which we do have hovers to get over to Volvagia logically. But if we have strength in a bomb bag, then we could also do DC logically.
To summarize, there are suddenly a bunch of ways that this seed can turn nasty.
Yeah, we still do not have a lot of information about our paths. We have a grand total of 3 path hints for a potentially up to 10 items.
And there's
Okay.
Sunsong.
Sure. Great.
It's neat, but not what we need. A Skull Kit, Grand Stake. Oh, we have a sometimes hinted
We have
seed.
a sometimes hint, so we are not getting all 10 of those hints, which means there are some overlap between power and wisdom.
Well, now we're rushing. Now it's a race against the clock.
Oh yeah, now we got speed. Was that
Bomb back
to
to
Rudo?
Rudo's letter.
Oh
Yep.
god, something in Jabu.
And mark it foolish. Thanks, game.
So
Okay,
I'm presuming that Bomb to Megaton to Rudo's are all in the same path for power.
Yeah, that kind of stinks of it.
Oh, could also be Bomb for Rudo's to get Storms in Ice Cavern though.
We'll find out, but this is not good. This seed has suddenly turned a lot more concerning with that sometimes hint, because it means we are definitely looking at some or a lot of path overlap, and our runners need to be really rushing to make it in time, because obviously they're thinking, oh no, my opponent is now basically already done with past this short and this overlapping. It's always this mental game that kicks in at this point.
Yeah, it's like, how long do you wait before getting your butt inside of a dungeon somewhere? And I say that if you find a bottle, you go into ice.
Yeah, Death Mountain Crater still the wisdom.
Was that Crater or
and
oh,
hey!
And
that's Bombs to Rudo's letter fulfilled in Lostwoods.
Okay, so Sponge can do a little bit out of logic, doesn't have a bomb bag yet, but can go turn that in, have a bottle to go use ice. And I bet you that's what Sponge is going to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Blueseangfh is playing Serenade?
Not quite, but close.
Serenade version 2?
Serenade the corrected version. That has every note exactly once, as it damn well should have. With a 5-note song.
ZL was just out at Epona, so we do have 2 logical ways to access Zora's domain. And hello, welcome in, broadcasting. Yes, this is a logic randomizer. So this is Triforce Blitz. The goal of the game is that our runners are trying to find the 3 pieces of the Triforce with some hints to what items they need to get there. So
some really strong hints, I might add.
Oh yeah, very strong hints. So the hints that you see on screen, you can see them with Path in chat if you want to see what we're working with and what items we're finding there. So far, we haven't been able to visit any of those locations. Scale was in Midos.
So as just for comparison, because I assume with a question like that, you might be familiar with the no logic randomizers that ZFG's runs, for example, and a bunch of people run on Twitch here. Yeah, this one uses the logic of the randomizer to make sure that the seed is actually beatable, and we're using the standard rule set, so most glitches are not allowed here.
Except for backflipping over King Zora, which we are probably going to see from Sponge. Oh wait, no, Sponge gets to turn it in, so we're not going to see backflipping.
Sponge is just going to turn in the letter.
Oh, fine. No cool meep skip strats for us.
Listen to your restreamer, folks. Fine. Vanilla strats.
I guess.
Yeah, stuff like I mean ESS turns are allowed, but things like hessing, so fast backwalking with that particular strat are not. Things like infinite sword glitches are forbidden. Accidental infinite sword glitch might happen and might also be in chat, by the way. Shoutouts to Accidental ISG. And yeah, we're using a rule set that is pretty close to the Ocarina of Time no glitches or no major glitches rule set, I would say.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much glitchless, except for a few quality of life or
Yeah,
easy to do skips.
we do allow power crouch step, for example. We also allow anything that doesn't, any skips, like for example, skipping King Zora, that don't involve actually clipping past any walls.
Ground jumps.
Ground jumps are allowed.
Okay, Sponge is going back adult. Blueseang's about to get into Zora's domain, so let's see what Sponge does next.
There are 10 total path hints.
Yep, and the fact we got 2 sometimes hints so far means that at most we're only going to see 8 of them.
9.
9. At most we're only going to see 9 of them.
Because there are, the sometimes hints only have 1 copy each. Yep, toilet dead. That's our second sometimes hint. Sponge has decided to just turn in letter and bail. Blueseangh is doing a bit more of a thorough approach and doing the checks in Zora's domain. Interested to see if that'll pay out for him, but Sponge is rushing to DC, I think, at this point, which I do appreciate. He has explosives. He can do the damn dungeon, which gets him into Ganon's castle and probably or possibly gets him a Triforce piece with that 0 step.
Yeah, Blueseangh might be really hoping to find like a bomb bag here, so that he doesn't have to worry about rationing those Tenchus.
Yeah. 10 shoes seems like a lot of explosives, but it's really not, and these don't replenish, so... Yep. This time you got the torch on. Junk for Sponge in the Redead Grotto. Probably looking for some heart pieces at this point just to replenish his health, but not so lucky. He has a bow, so he checks the adult shooting gallery at this point.
Yeah, another good location where a bomb bag could be hiding.
Shooting gallery is a check that I forget so often.
Shooting gallery is a check that I refuse to do because I can't do it. And hey, more explosives for Blueseangh. That's actually great, even if they are just bomb chews.
And there's a heart piece for Sponge, and more explosives is certainly welcome for him.
Yeah, Sponge is even going to go do Sun's Grave, and get a bug.
Man, get a bug? Is he actually planning on doing skulls in his next child phase?
I think that with us not knowing where a bomb bag is, but I think that the runners are presuming it's early in logic. So they're trying to clear out these 0 sphere checks just to make sure they don't miss it. Or early sphere checks. 10 skulls is on the table. Or selling money to get a shield. Okay, never mind. Or not getting a shield, Sponge. Why did you sell that bug?
Just to get money? I'm not sure what he needs that for.
I guess Sponge needs literally like 3 more rupees to go buy a shield.
I think he spied a big chest there.
Blueshan, I think, is going to head straight into DC and not come up here and do these checks that Sponge is heading for.
Another bow.
Yeah, Sponge is definitely looking for that out of logic hammer. Or an out of logic bomb bag.
Or for that matter, ugh, an out of logic strength. Did he save before spending all those juice?
No.
Interesting play.
Yeah, so Sponge is down to 3 bomb chews, which is not enough to finish DC. Meanwhile, Blueshan's in here with 27. That's more than enough to get all of DC. And if he knows bomb chew strats, also get King D. Oh,
Fire
big
arrows
chest.
on the volcano. And Din's fire.
Put that thing back where it came from.
Put that
Marcy,
back.
help me.
Put that back. I don't need it. We don't want it. No.
Well, that could be a fab item.
Neat setup by Blueshan here. That might even be Tobias compatible, honestly.
Yeah, that was that was quick. And Storms is out at Crater.
So Sponge is now, I'm assuming, going to commit the last few of his chews to DC Maze? I mean, he's gonna peek it for sure. Or not.
Yeah.
Seems to be headed into the Dongo's Cavern early.
Yeah, 4 chews is enough for him to at least clear the front side and I think get into the back. Again, not enough to beat King D, but...
Now he saves.
That's a choice. Yeah, it's interesting. Our runners have a lot of overlap with each other, but Blueshan has way more information than Sponge.
Yeah, Sponge preferred early check density. Blueshan preferred information density, I would say.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that check density just hasn't paid out for Sponge so far.
There's a hammer.
Toffle, the biggest thing I'm thinking of is the fact that Blueshan knows that DC is path, but Sponge doesn't, as far as I remember. Oh, wait, no, it was in
Sponge
Kokiri
knows
Forest.
he has that hint from Kokiri Forest.
Right, I forgot it was also in Kokiri Forest. Okay. That's what I missed.
Looks like, ooh, that was close, but he got it. That gets him to the hammer.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Din's is not path because we know that hammer's path, so we can just ignore the Dins. The Dins isn't important.
If you don't see the Dins, it can't bite you.
Exactly. If you just close your eyes and pretend it isn't there, it can't hurt you.
Lord. And I wonder how many people caught that reference. We'll see. Is Blueseangfh2 grabbing... Okay, so one more thing that this confirms, this hammer position confirms, by the way. There is exactly 0 bombs or strengths accessible without a bomb bag.
So there is one somewhere.
One bomb bag somewhere in the seed, pretty early,
Valley.
but no strengths or bombs available.
I bet it's in Valley. No one's gone there yet.
No, for once, I'm not gonna meme on you because that's actually not a bad idea.
I think someone needs to go check Valley. No one will, especially because they have that hammer now. But I'm just saying.
They could, if they wanted to. So nothing useful on King D, but Blueseangfh2 taking away that Shadow Medallion from King Dodongo, and will now have access to Ganon's castle.
Where our zero step could be sitting. But I don't think it can if bombs lock all strengths and all other bomb bags.
Water trial. Oh, no, you're right. Oh.
It can't be inside Gan's castle today. Gan's castle is at least a 1-step.
She's got a point, you know.
Unless bombs don't lock hook for some reason, and there are 2 equally available hooks somewhere for forest? No, because we need strength. I guess it depends on where Boomerang is then. No, because Jabu...
You don't need strength for forest. Not to beat it.
But you might for key logic. Oh wait, but you can get down to the basement, right?
Or a shortcut.
So, okay, so forest is on the table to potentially make inside Gan's castle 0 step. But I think that's the only thing that's on the table to potentially make it a 0 step.
Fox Wanderer hints are either included in the path or unlock hints list.
There is no info on the case or Shannock.
We have Weep hover boots. Oh joy. Alright, Sean is going to show us some more info on Goron City Maze that Sponge wasn't able to. There's at least one big chest on the right side. We looking.
Yeah, Sean having these extra chews, I think, is going to be huge for him. Graveyard, Path to Power.
Yup, that's new. It was just Neighbor's Love. Oh well. Good try, though.
We did find hover boots in Graveyard. Graveyard was also where Song of Time was located.
If it was the hover boots, it could be for accessing Song of Storms in the crater.
Yeah, it could also be for accessing Volvagia if there's some key weirdness.
But first, time for Crater Fairy. Sponge is getting in a dungeon and is playing and is going to the well. Let's see if that pays out for him. Team Never Buy a Shield wins for Sponge.
Somehow, because
oh boy! And the angry shield flakes at the bomb lock check here, having a big chest and another big chest in the center of the well though. That is accessible for Sponge.
Yeah, but that bomb lock check is gonna haunt him
for a while. All right, let's see what that is.
Not it.
More choose. But he's gonna go straight back to the entrance here and check that bomb lock checks. IGC is foolish. Oh,
that's what we call bailed. Oh wait,
that is
IGC.
IGC, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
IGC.
Okay. So, what did I say earlier about IGC
and
not
more bomb
having
chews.
anything?
Bomb lock bomb chews there. But who needs explosives anyway? Like, who needs bombs anyway? We got bomb chews. This is enough for Sponge to finish this seed.
Yeah, I forgot that we don't have Saria's or Minuet, so actually getting DeForest is also an issue. There's a strength.
And there's your likely path item. That's a strength. And that is very bomb locked.
Awesome. So all strengths being strength 1 locked as well would be insane. Because we know we don't need gold gauntlets for anything. Might need silvers.
So Blueseangfh2 has all of 3 hearts to work with here to beat Volvagia. That's not going to happen.
I mean, we saw a 3-heart Volvagia yesterday from Sponge.
It was a 5-heart Volvagia.
One of them did 3 hearts.
Then it was Sean. But I think it was 3 plus 3 in this case.
It wasn't. Because they had Ruto's letter and no empty bottle.
I don't think that's possible.
Maybe it was 5. I thought it was 3.
He absolutely must have had a fairy. Anyway, though, let's see what else Sponge can rustle up in the well. We're going to assume that strength is likely a path item, because a strength is nearly always a path item. Just because of the massive amount of utility it provides, and because we also know that all strengths and all bomb bags are bomb locked. Or rather, all but one bomb bag is.
A single bomb bag. Oh, big
somewhere
chest.
In this seed. Let's see. Do have to open it from the front. Let's see what it has. More chews? No,
that's
a bomb bag. That is a bomb lock bomb bag, though.
That is
no,
not
wait.
it.
Hold up.
It has to be that strength unless there's something down in the basement.
Hold the phone. How is that? Bomb locked and or strength locked? Oh, key? Does that
Chat
need
is
a
saying
key?
it's not bomb locked. Because we have 2 accessible bows.
Okay, so that's our available bombs. That's ugly.
Oh, gross. So is that our path? But that would also put Storms on path for power, if that's the case.
Okay. Blueseangfh2 saving his fairy by safe warping here. That'll cost him a little bit of time to walk back into Fire Temple, but less time than it costs to re-grab that fairy.
How many checks are there in Jabu? Do you need
3.
the boomerang for any of the checks in Jabu?
Yes, all of them. Boomerang chest is forced dead by the settings.
Something's in ice. Storms, Bombag, ZL, and Rudos gets us out to ice. Because we had a Bombag to Rudos. And
yeah.
Adding Rudos to either of the paths I have so far would be too many if I also added Boomerang.
Makes sense. So we are looking at looking at likely Wisdom and Ice Cavern then. I can dig it.
I think Wisdom's in Ice Cavern, and I think that Megaton's gonna get us whatever our 6th item is for power.
Ooh, that's close. Oh my gosh. Blueshawn. Alright, now with that bomb back, Sponge is obviously headed back into DC to grab his medallion. It's going to be interesting to see if he gets that hint indicating to him that inside Ganon's castle is dead, because that is such a powerful hint.
That
And
was
without that,
up
he might...
in DMC. I'm not sure if he'll go up there first.
We'll see, but without that hint, he will... Oh dear. Blueshawn didn't make it up the climb in time. Now gets a fairy. This will probably not be enough time to make it out of this room. Safe warps wisely. And restarts the climb.
Yeah, having to restart that climb sucks, but Blueshawn's gonna do it.
Song of Storms to bomb back. You don't say,
you don't
game!
Say. Okay, Sponge getting the graveyard is path to power. Sponge might go through Crater before going DC.
I would also like to emphasize, so far, 42 minutes in, 640 steps, and so far not a sign in the world of a Triforce beast.
No,
But we are pretty convinced that there's one that Wisdom is hiding in Ice Cavern at this point.
yeah, I think that that's the only thing that Rudos can possibly point to. I also like the idea of two pieces potentially being in GTG. I do think the 0 step is out there. Also, it's so stressful watching Blueshawn do this. I think Sean gave it 3. I think that was Sean's 3rd try. Might have only been 2nd. And Sponge is about to go fight Volvagia.
With 4 hearts and a fairy. We have seen him do it in 32 seconds, actually. And that was with bombs. He has a bunch of bomb juice, but he's not choosing to use them, interestingly. Sponge did not do Sun's Grave. He skipped that.
No. Yeah, no one's checked Sun's grave yet because they didn't have it the first time they went through. Shannick, the bow can't be path because we've seen two. I think. How many bows have we seen? We've seen two. One bow is bow. And one bow is currently bow locked. Okay. There's a lot to keep track of. I am wondering where the third bow is, but I don't think bow is on the path. So, Shannick, we had those hover boots super early on. They were on Dampe Racing. So, like, we have a logical way to... Ooh, but how do we actually get into Crater?
That's a Zora tunic. Can that have anything to do with anything? Doesn't look. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That would imply central pillar. That implies iron boots and hook shot. Yeah, no. Not enough room on the path. Yeah, that is a dry, wet t-shirt. Hi, Sadie. Double
Yes.
fire temple?
I'm here for it. You know, I actually like Fire Temple.
I would rather double forest, honestly.
No, really? Really?
Yes.
I thought we were
Dastar,
friends,
I always have the
Tobias.
choice to just leave this voice call.
But would you really abandon me like that? You've seen how Chad acts. They'd eat me alive if you left me here. No, Tobias! Ah! Well, guess what? You're stuck with me. Welcome back, Tobias.
To eat you alive. Hi there.
Hi there, Dastar.
I had to do it. That was just,
Incredible. We didn't miss anything while we were pulling those antics, by the way.
yeah, no.
There's nothing in Fire Temple so far, which makes me wonder, Hammerlock check in GTG? Valley? Oh, big chest?
I mean, big chests for... No. No!
I don't know what we'd use that for. I mean, I guess we could remove hovers and put lens on it instead. That'd be funny.
Why not both? We have free Pona. Hovers, lens, crossing.
I just realized why our runners are doing the entirety of forest. It's because the entirety of fire. It's because fire is 4 steps. It's bomb, megatongue, storms, and ZL. So it could be here if Rudo's is to get something out of Ice Cavern. No, but wait. Yeah, okay, sure. I see what they're thinking. I don't think they're right, but sure.
We can dig it.
The hovers are on until they aren't because our alternative in Graveyard is Song of Time for GTG logic. Ooh, but we do have... Hold on. Okay, can someone remember, with the toilet hint, was it dead or was it a key? Because I've made this mistake before. It was dead. Thank
We
you,
definitely
Shannon.
saw dead.
Okay, so then we don't need Song of Time for key logic in GTG. So I think that it really... I guess fire is also Song of Time locked, technically, if there's a key in that one room. No furores win setting, because we do not have magic. That makes it a little bit difficult. Still finding nothing in fire, so Blueseangfh2 is leaving. Blueseangfh2 didn't even finish fire, not worried about Volvagia.
Must have counted keys and reasoned out that it's a key.
And honestly, great. This is a good call from Blueseangfh2. Where does he go now, though?
Ice sounds reasonable. Let's see.
Ice is what I do.
Get the ferry, get the hell out of here.
GTG or Ice, Hollow, those are the two places that I'd be running to. You know Rudo's is on one of your paths, and if you're counting, you get to where I'm at, where Rudo's and Boomerang would be way too much. Which it looks like Blueseangfh2 is indeed going to do. Excellent. Yeah, so with some routing choices, even though Sponges maybe cleared up a little bit more than Blueseangfh2, I think that this call to go Ice is going to put Blueseangfh2 a little more firmly in the lead. I will be surprised if we do not see our Wisdom piece here in Ice.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But I think Ice is the right play. With as Shanek points out, is if Wisdom isn't here, there's probably an item that'll tell us where power is. So we'll see.
Yeah. And I bet that item will be a hook shot, and that would point us towards GTG, because if Wisdom isn't here, Rudo's has to be on path to power.
What a
And
world.
that would...
Hook shot pointing us to GT. Lost Woods path to Wisdom.
Lost Woods path to Wisdom. Okay, so yes. Okay, Wisdom's gonna be here.
That was for Rudo's letter. Yeah, it's here.
And Greg!
Alright, so Blueseangfh2 is going to be the first one to find a Triforce piece here, almost guaranteed at this point. We have found the green rupee of eternal glory. Greg, the one green rupee in the item pool. Blueseangfh2 will likely pick up those shoes, right? No, he won't. He has 12 shoes, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's a ballsy call, but you do have them, so you might as well use them.
He has a bomb bag, so he's not too worried about explosives at this point.
Not Blue Sean.
You have a point. He might just scrap him on the way out.
Blue Sean hasn't been to the well yet, so let's hope that doesn't hurt not having that strength.
So... Both runners studiously ignoring the fact that Skulltulas exist.
Yeah, I love how Sponge faked us out with being like, oh, are we really going to do bug Skulltulas? Oh no, we're just selling it for money.
Here, I found these random bugs. Have 50 rupees for them, or 40.
Think about how much money we could make if people gave us 50. Oh, big boy. Big boy, nice.
I mean, just gonna say, oh gosh, what's that girl's name in Twilight Princess again?
Midna? Agatha.
No, Agatha, the one that collects bugs. And
there we
Dorito,
go.
5638 for Blue Sean.
And Blue Sean is getting out of here. I don't like that.
I don't love this. You are here, you might as well get the song and get your item. And get your other item checks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And potentially the song? Like, you might want to know the song?
Yeah.
I don't think the bail's a terrible call, but... Oh, Blue Sean.
I don't quite get the bail. We can definitely talk. Oh no, he doesn't know the hint.
You got the hint, though. I thought Blue Sean was the one who got that hint.
DMC Grotto? No, I think that was Sponge.
But they're both doing it.
But why though?
They both misread it.
Oh no, both of them have both of them already had seen the OGC hint. No, only Blue Sean had seen the OGC hint at this point.
So Blue Sean misread
and-
it and Sponge is just doing it anyway.
Well, time to get some water, do some stretches. It's foolish, so this is either ice arrows or it is bomb chips. Or another. The fuck? Nutty?
That is because it is bomb locked by that bomb bag that is in the bottom of the well.
Oh, mother fluffer. Oh my god.
Blue Sean never has to go well. And hopefully Blue Sean will realize that.
Well, all of IGC is now bomb locked. We have that confirmed.
Yeah, and
But like if you have that if Blue Sean finds that hint later on, that's gonna be a real head scratcher for him.
Yeah, yeah, this is certainly interesting. Everyone make sure to stretch. That's what I'm doing while they're fighting these Lizalfos.
I mean, they have proven us wrong that they can't pull any useful items out of a foolish area, but good grief.
Yeah, and Blue Sean and Sponge both getting out of here. I love this synced up Ganon's castle. That was great. I want to point out to everyone while our runners are doing this, I just looked at the who will win this match stats, and it's 3-1 on Sponge versus Blueseangfh, while Blueseangfh has our beautiful timer right now. So someone might get some good payout. And happy 1 hour, everyone! If you like our runners, go follow them. Sponge and Blueseangfh have been giving us a great showing both yesterday and today. If you did not see match 1, go see match 1. It was insane. Shout out to our trackers, Dastar, Baseball, and Skyreyes for being here today. And shout out for Tobias for filling in last minute to be my co-coms.
And shout out to Sadie as well for restreaming and being my co-commentator.
It is always a fun day whenever we get to commentate together, especially
Yes,
on
it is.
some wonderful Triforce Blitz shenanigans. There is a guess in chat that Blueseangfh might finish in the next 15 minutes. If both pieces are in G2G, as I think Hollow Knight was guessing.
Okay. I mean, we've seen Valley now, but it's not the Valley you were probably hoping for, Sadie.
Sadly not, but at least we get a scenic route through. You know, if that bow is the only available bow without picking up that bow, that would give us 6 plus hovers. But we don't need hovers for anything. What? Beautiful nut strats.
Ooh, hey, another bottle from King Zora.
Yeah, Sponge is about to follow Blueseangfh heading into ice. Let's see if Sponge checks more of ice than Blueseangfh did.
That's going to be interesting to see. I mean, it's a sometimes hinted seed. I see why you're aggressive with this, but still, I think the leaving the ice play was questionable. We'll see. Your face is questionable, Death Star.
Oh! I am often very grateful that we do not have face cams because it's like I'm in my pajamas. My hair, I haven't done my hair today. Nobody wants to see this face on Restream.
Ah, the joys of remote work.
I already make my own followers suffer with my face enough. I won't do it to the Silver Gauntlets. And, hey, Song of Time block. So let's see if Song of Time does fill that 6th step for power. Because I have Bombs, Megaton, Song of Time, Storm, ZL, and that bow, if that bow is what we need.
Well, it could. There's 3 keys right side, so that makes GTG Maze Center, which is big, 100% Song of Time locked.
And I saw another big chest. So...
Hadn't quite seen that one. But I'm old, you have better eyes than me.
Psyduck, I still think Sponge will find a hook out here at ice. I have a weird feeling that Sponge will find a hook out here at ice.
And indeed, Sadie has better eyes than me. We are looking at a big chest on the left side. Another key. Are we just going to get to the center with all just keys from the damn maze and right side? And another big chest on the near scarecrow chest. We're not gonna make it all the way to the center.
There's our
Dorito.
courage. There's our 0.
0 step.
I bet this is
105
it.
15.
I bet we're right, and I bet the power's gonna be sitting in one of those other big chests. And Sponge getting his first piece.
So is Sean going to rush that near scarecrow chest or the center chest? Center chest first. I dig it. I can't fault him for that.
Yeah, Hollow, the items I have are bombs. Well, we would need Megaton in some way. Oh, so Megaton for a key on that fire chest. So bombs, Megaton, Song of Time, Storm, ZL, bow. No path bow. What's our 6th item then?
I mean, we have two bows definitely available.
Oh. Hookshot still could be hidden path. Yep, there we go.
There's the Dorito.
GG's.
It definitely was the hook shot. And 106.43 for the third Triforce piece for Blue Sean. GG's. That is Sean forcing a game 3. And we are going to see that play out soon, I assume. We'll see if we'll be able to restream it because we already have 2 more races on restream, or on the restream schedule. Oh, 1 confirmed, 1's a maybe at the moment. Oh my gosh, Death Start, please, really? Are we really not going to be able to show that? It doesn't show as scheduled on Mido's house, that's why I was confused. But yeah, that is all she wrote for this race. We're gonna get Sponge and Blue Sean in here for an interview.
Yep, both of them will join us in a moment. I'm going to pull them over.
There's a Blue Sean.
Hello.
And there is a Sponge.
GG's,
Hello,
you two.
hello. GG's.
GG's. Oh, there might be an echo. Let me mute on my end.
I am not hearing an echo, so hopefully it's good.
Okay.
You're good on my end, Chief.
I just I know for like the stream because like I just have like desktop audio. I don't have like just the game, so I don't know if it was capturing Discord like on my end.
Yeah, no worries. We have the stream. We have your stream already off air, so that's fine. But yeah, GG's Blue Sean forcing a game 3 here.
Yeah, GG's. That was scary. I'm not gonna lie.
With 2 Doritos in
in GTG.
GTG.
Yeah,
GTG.
yeah, it's like the only spot left.
Oh man,
I psyched myself out. I was gonna go to Ice Cavern in like 25 minutes, but I was like, I don't think the step count makes sense. Like, but I just forgot that bombs were deep as fuck. So
I was actually scared that like bottom of the well was gonna have boomerang or something, and it was gonna be Jabu, and I said, "Ugh, I'm already here in Ice Cavern. Let me just clear it out."
Hilariously, bottom
anyway.
of the well had your first logical bomb bag.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, there was an
And all
unlock hint for it, so like you'd pretty much know if you got the hint before going to bottom of the well. I'm just
Yeah.
so annoyed because I should have just went. Like, if letter required, you should just do Ice Cavern, honestly. Like,
Yeah, that was my thought process.
yeah.
I was just like, I'm gonna go ice cavern. And then I cleared out fire, which was a disaster. And
Oh, I
then I was like, is it Song of Time? And then I went to GTG because like I'm assuming there was a key locked by Hammer. There's
yeah.
3 keys locked by Song of Time, so
I'm like, everything in fire is worthless because step count would make sense. So I knew that, like, okay, fire is just complete bait. The only other things you could need hammer for is like GTG key logic. So I'm like, all right, it's probably just like either ice or Jabu, and like there's definitely at least one piece in GTG. But then I'm like, well, the zero could be in there too, but zero could
yeah.
be in Ganon's as well. So I did Ganon's. Like,
Yeah, I did Ganon's and then GTG. Like that's where I got my first bomb bag.
yeah, I just spent too much time doing random crap.
My fire temple was a disaster. I died like 4 times. It
Jeez.
was it was rough, yeah.
How early did you do Ice Cavern?
I went like right after fire, so um let me see when I got the first piece. Like an hour in. I was because
Oh
I did
wow.
Ice Cavern and then Gans Castle, then GGG.
I just got my first piece. So yeah, I don't know
Oh,
where I lost all that time.
it
Surprised.
was
Well,
56. I got my first piece at 56:34 and it was in Ice Cavern.
yeah, you got it about 10 minutes before I did.
Oh damn.
Both of you did Inside Ganon's Castle.
Was it foolish? I
It
I
was
saw
foolish. There was
okay.
a
I
DMC grotto hint for
I saw that and I like in my brain I was like, did that say inside Gans Castle? I'm like, there's no way it's outside and inside Gans Castle foolish. So I just went.
I understand the thought process. That's pretty much
Yeah,
what we figured out on Restream. It was just like,
yeah,
oh yeah, he probably just misread that or misfiled it in his brain.
yeah. No,
But
I misread it, but I did like I saw it and at first I was like, did that say inside as I was leaving the grotto? And I was like, no, there's no way it's both outside and inside Gans Castle foolish. Man.
Yeah, but I went well thinking that like maybe the boomerang would be in there, and it's like, okay, this is just. I knew I
If
was
the
gonna find a
boomerang
lost
was in
potion
there, I would have
eventually.
lost.
Like, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Is like, oh, there's like bombs somewhere, and those are path, and then we have boomerang, letter, and storms, like
Yeah,
all path to wisdom, and like, okay, that would make sense. Like, just
it was
fortunate.
scary, man. Yeah. After that horrible, like atrocious fire temple, I thought it was over.
Yeah, I really expected to find something in Fire Temple, and whenever we didn't, it was like, oh, that hammer has to be for some bullshit over in GTG.
Yeah,
But both of you basically cleared out Fire Temple.
man.
I felt about halfway in that I was gonna find nothing in here. Because the key layout, you weren't hammer locked until the
Yeah,
very, very top. So at that
yeah,
point, you're like, yeah, this is probably just a wash, honestly. But I kept going because you have to commit. But I felt really,
yeah,
really bad at that point because I'm like, yeah, this is probably just a case of beat DC, going to Ganon's, get a piece, then go to GTG and get another piece. And at that point, I have to
yeah.
find all 3 pieces, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm probably
I
too far
hate low
behind.
sub. I hate low sub counts more than anything.
Just give me like a 25.
Yeah,
Make me
please.
do all the dungeons.
Honestly, because I feel like it's easier to follow than it being like, oh well, it could be here or here or here, just randomly, and you have to find like hook shot or bomb bag somewhere that's not hinted because there's multiple.
Yo, when I read a sometimes hint, my brain was like, oh God, one of these again. Like,
Yeah, I was like, oh, we're getting sometimes it's
I hate reading a
can
sometimes
we
hint.
nod and pretend we did?
like,
But yeah, the sometimes hints are. What did that change for you? I mean, reading a sometimes hint, obviously you know the seed doesn't have too much in it.
You know there are no wanderers, I think, because the game would give you a wanderer hint if it could before it gives you a sometimes hint, if I remember correctly. So you know that okay, everything that we need to get anything is like unique. Like it's not it's
Yeah.
too like beat this dungeon for this song that you could use to get this piece. Like it's just everything is gonna be hinted if it can be. So
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was like maybe I could like go out of logic and get something like, especially with the unlock hints. Like Bombs to Reels letter basically just screams Ice Cavern or Jabu or Fountain.
I was thinking like what if it's like a really disgusting 6-step shadow temple?
I had that in my mind too, and I was like, no, that doesn't. I
I
was
was
like,
like
we got so many other things.
if it's in the 2 checks before bomb bag, but after the hover boots, I think it could have been 6. I don't know where Nocturne is, but like I was theorizing it in my mind. It's like if it's in those 2 specific checks, maybe it could be a 6-step. So I was like, oh man, disgusting.
Yeah,
Well, that was it. It was nuts. And that was a really, really gross 6-step sitting there in the center of the maze.
yeah.
But now we're getting to game 3. What are you two hoping for your last seed? Do you want something long? Do you want something super short? Do you want more gross 6-steps in the center of GTG?
I just don't want any like 0 steps or like really low steps.
Give me 3 0-steps. I want to see
Oh
everybody
no,
lose
no,
their mind.
no. Don't say that.
Oh, Sponge woke up today and chose violence. Okay.
I love
I
it.
want to
I'm
see
here for
everybody
it.
lose their minds. No path items whatsoever.
Oh, that sounds awful.
You would completely break our item tracking bot with that, basically.
You're after my heart. I love it. It's so evil.
Look,
If we get the legendary 3 step,
if I'm gonna go out, I at least want it to be entertaining. I don't want it to be like, oh, well, Sponge rushed ice and lost again. LOL.
Well, it's anybody's game at this point, so best of luck for you for the 13-year series. Any idea on when you might be playing that?
Probably Thursday or Friday.
yeah, because I can't do tomorrow, so it'll be one of those 2 days.
If you're gunning for the same time slot, I'm out of the interest of being able to restream that. Friday would be awesome because we already
Okay.
have a race lined up for Thursday, 2 hours before. But that's inside baseball. You schedule when's best for y'all, and we'll see. If we can't restream it, I'm sure someone else can.
Yeah, Friday is fine with
And
me. This time
Yeah,
slot is very good for me.
yeah. So I'd be down for Friday.
Sounds good.
yo,
All right.
Pog,
Cool. Throw it on
scheduling live on
Midas
stream.
house. We'll make it happen.
Yep. I will do that after we get off here.
And I don't know,
Nice.
like I felt like I lost the sauce halfway through the seed. Like y'all gotta remember, like yeah, in standard I have a ton of experience, but this is only like my 13th Triforce Blitz race, like ever. But I like midway through the seed, I'm just like, where the fuck do I need to go right now?
So
Yeah.
wait, was that stat counter actually correct? We thought we assumed you did at least do a bunch of practice off air or like without racing it.
I've done some, but not like I think I've maybe done like 5 or 6 offline seeds. Like so like I'm still not entirely sure how I'm supposed to play seeds like this with like a 6-4 and it's like well when I see a sometimes saying I have no clue what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I enjoyed the seeds where it's like 10, 5, like 13 and it's like cool. And not everything's going to be hinted, so I have to just make assumptions. Like I have no clue.
All right. Well, we'll see if Mido can't dish you up one of those seeds for your race on Friday then. But I think unless you have any more questions about the seed or anything the audience wants to ask you, I think that just about wraps us up.
I think
Um,
it does.
I think I'm good. I don't know, Blueshawn, do you have any other questions about the seed?
I don't think so.
I mean, we saw that apparently there was a hook shot on chickens.
Oh,
God,
what?
That's
So
never
happy I didn't
happening.
pick that up. I would have gone to Forest Temple.
Yeah, I think if I got hooked, I think I would have went Forest because of the 0-step.
Oh,
And like
that's
maybe.
awful.
We love to see it.
Ugh.
Well, we're going to give just one more shout out to the lovely volunteers that made this restream happen. Our volunteers have been
Chickens and
absolutely
Phantom
amazing.
Ganon? Oh my gosh.
And Phantom Ganon? No.
Yes.
Wait, oh
Sea
really?
Falcon special. Let's go.
Best regards to Bobby. All right.
I hate it. Shout out to our runners, Sponge and Blueshawn, for giving us an awesome showing and agreeing to give us an awesome showing on Friday as well. I am looking forward to that restream. Shout out to our trackers, Dastar, Baseball, and Skyriz for helping out today, making sure we knew what the hell was happening. And shout out to myself and Tobias for being here, being the voices you get to hear through your speakers.
And shout out to Sadie for pulling double duty today and also restreaming